Alright, y'all, I'm not even gonna do the normal yapping. Alright, we're gonna, as y'all know, we're gonna react to a YouTube video, obviously. But before we react to that video, I want to show y'all the gaming setup. Alright, so like, I finally got my PC. Alright, it's not done though. I still gotta get everything else. Okay, so the PC is right there. Alright. Oh, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. There goes the PlayStation. So we got the Xbox that y'all always see in the background that's never on. Yeah, it's literally never on. But I just like to keep it like that so y'all can like see that. But I just want y'all to see my gaming setup. Alright, let's go react to this new video. Alright. Gen Z's obsession with violence. IG turn back. We are definitely obsessed with violence for some reason. I mean, I get on because Tsushima and like purposely try to get the animation where he like chops his head off and like the head falls off and the blood gushes. Yeah. So like I don't know what's our reception with violence, and we love GTA and stuff like that, but that's the size point. I'm sorry for yapping. Alright, let's react.
Imagine this scenario. You wake up for work at 7:15 a.m. to get ready, have to deal with an hour worth of traffic because road infrastructure in America is designed by people, I presume, who have never drove a car. You manage to make it just in time for your shift at 9. You work at the movie theater. All you have to do is make sure people have the right movie ticket and sweep the floor. You walk into one of the theaters as two final words are uttered from a movie. And proceed to get hit by 10 popcorn buckets with the force of a Boeing 737. The Minecraft chicken jockey.
That actually didn't happen to me. I went to go see the movie, and there wasn't none of that happened. There was actually barely anybody in the movie theater. I don't know. My experience was lame. Probably because I went to a lame movie theater, but.
Are just one of many trends that Gen Z has done, which has related to things such as vandalism, general violence, and harassment.
That
and
is
I'm here
nasty,
to answer
bro.
the question of
Somebody
why
can get that guy.
Gen Z so violent. But before I start, that whole question can be answered pretty quickly.
Yo, that's
Some of you might
Eminem.
be confused by the title because according to statistics, Gen Z overall is actually the generation with the lowest rate of violent crime ever recorded of any youth of a generation. And we're actually over 60% lower than baby boomers were at our ages. So take that, you old f***. And now that I know about this, it's funny when I'm walking by grandma, she starts to clutch her purse. Like, I should be the one clutching my purse. Your generation was 60% more violent than us. So even though traditional
The crazier part is that theirs is even more violent, and that's without like cameras. So it was worse. See, now you go to the store, you take a good Pop-Tart out the gas station's thing, and you try to walk out with it. There's a camera right there. You're cooked. All right. Back in the day, if those are the 1950s type Pop-Tarts, you take that off the shelf, you put it in your pocket. Nobody knew. No cameras.
Crimes are way lower with us. We have
like me,
way
I'm low-key better at everything I do with the cameras off. You feel me? Like for instance, I dropped 80 points in a basketball game with the cameras off. Yeah, I'm just like that. But like with cameras on, I'm only dropping 30, 40. Like me and Shay, and like it was like a dream team that we had. It was like me, Shay, Cade, Derek Lively, like, you know, younger guys. We used to have like this team, and we would like hoop, and I was like, everywhere we went, when it was like closed gym, nobody was in there, it's just us and then like another team, I'll drop like 60, 70. But then whenever it was like cameras on, I'll drop only like 30. You can't search up the videos because we removed them, but like, yeah, the cameras were on, so like there was proof.
And mental violence. Just like I
you
mentioned at the start of this video, one of our things is dangerous challenges. Growing up seeing these crazy challenges every year on YouTube did not help us develop well. Like I remember the first time I saw someone doing the salt and ice challenge and thought how wild it was. If only they could see what we have now. People were intentionally burning their skin off for views and likes. And when you're a kid, you soak up things like a sponge. Because I don't know why, but my friends in the neighborhood gathered around to do it and see who could last the longest. They tried to offer me to join in. Like, I like my sexy caramel skin being intact. I'm good off that. So us growing up with this mentality, of course nowadays we're gonna come up with dumb challenges and and try to do it for views, which the Gen Alpha
The
shall grow
diabolical-
up and carry the tradition on after us. But on TikTok for us, it's gotten notably worse. I don't know if it's just because TikTok can generate easy ass views for almost anyone. Usually the challenges back then were absolutely brain dead, but at least it was just harming yourself. The next stage
She
we
look like she
reached
can
is
cook.
harming others. The time I visibly remember things starting to change was with the devious lick challenge. I had just graduated that year, so luckily I wasn't in high school anymore to witness that bullshit. But we casually made robbery a trend and funny. I feel like in other generations, they would have just been too scared to have the audacity to do something like this off being arrested, and being scared to be put on the local news and having all their friends and family laugh at them and make fun of them for it. Also, some of y'all may not know, but the devious lick trend, yeah, they brought this whole trend back. Instead of now destroying school bathrooms and vandalizing them, they're taking school Chromebooks and annihilating them.
Yes. Oh, snap. Bro, who is throwing that? They got a launcher. They got a literal mortar. Maybe. Yo, that looked like a binder just fell out his book bag. Why did it shatter into 20 different things? Yeah.
I don't know
My
if some of these
MacBook
high schoolers don't have a plan to go to college or get any future employment, but they're literally posting these videos on their personal accounts. You would think they would make burners so their school doesn't catch who's doing it, but you can search them on TikTok, Chromebook durability test yourself, and see how many of these high schoolers are doing it on their personal
I'ma do
accounts.
that
Then of
on
course
my
we got
own
challenges like the
time
Skull
after
Breaker
this
challenge
video.
and the Penny Outlet challenge. A lot of this is just for views, but there is another aspect to it in my opinion. I think what Gen Z really likes compared to other generations is the watching of people doing violent things. And this all stems from one place where everything on the internet links to. For demonetization reasons, I can't fully say it and I don't know if I can. It rhymes with lore, and scroll on IG Reels about 5 times and you'll probably see it.
Lore? It rhymes with lore.
And I don't know if I can. Where everything on the internet links to. For demonetization reasons, and this all stems from one place where everything on the internet links to. For demonetization reasons, I can't and I don't know if I can. It rhymes with lore, and on IG Reels about
Lore. I don't know. He said IG Reels. It don't really matter, but like I just want to know what he's talking about. It rhymes with lore. It rhymes with lore? I don't know.
times and you'll probably see it. The impact content has had on Gen Z is bigger than people think. There's probably a 90% chance anybody watching this in Gen Z has seen a video intentionally or unintentionally. Before YouTube cracked down on it, you could casually see it on here. And there was always that one kid in school who would go around and try to show people weird videos like that. Those type of dudes were definitely school threats. Seeing these type of videos in general is bad for you, but for somebody with a growing mind seeing it, it's even worse. Which is why I think it's an aspect in us being obsessed with dangerous trends. We're so desensitized to us, it don't even matter anymore. I don't think humans were meant to see this much violence in our lifetime. In past generations, you couldn't casually see this stuff. I genuinely think if something like 9/11 happened nowadays, people would probably forget after a week when another catastrophic event happens and start posting brain rot memes of the Twin Towers. Shows back then used to get in deep trouble when they made a joke about 9/11. It took multiple years for shows and movies to start making jokes because they knew the public would tear them up. But nowadays, you'll have a bunch of people in the comments typing, "Oh man, TS funny ass, keep it up, man." I know not everyone in our generation is like that. A lot of us know when the right time is to make a joke and when it isn't. Looking at IG Reel comments though shows you the other side of people who don't know and don't care. IG Reels to me is like the kick of short form content. People will say comments that isn't even formed as a joke and people die laughing at it. Going back to the challenges,
Bro, I remember I was on TikTok and I was scrolling and like somebody said something about like racism. They was like, I don't know if this is gonna get me demonetized, but I only get like 40 viewers. But it's like they said something like, I forgot.
isn't the end-all be-all for the challenges. Recently, the Ice Bucket Challenge started making its comeback, and that's what I want to see more of. Like, let's bring back the wholesome challenges on the internet. Our generation's obsession with serial killers, too, is also a weird thing. The fact that serial killers be having lines of women ready for them is such a weird concept to me.
What?
I just want just once for them to be released and manage to marry one of these fans, and have all the fangirls with the Pikachu shock face when he ends up stabbing her. I don't know what they think is gonna happen, but it's not gonna be a honeymoon. One notable incident from our generation of this serial killer obsession we can't forget is Jeffrey Dahmer. Specifically when the show reenacting his life released on Netflix. You see, Jeffrey Dahmer already had fangirls back in the 90s when he first got locked up, sending him all their money and gifts and their nudes. Sending a gay man your nudes as a woman has got to be the biggest intentional airball of all time. I would say a majority of Gen Z did know about Jeffrey Dahmer, but a lot of people didn't. So when Netflix released this show and it went #1, he got introduced to a whole new generation on the mainstream. And as they always say, history repeats itself. TikTok was flooded with simp edits for him. They took no time immediately making edits of him on TikTok.
I remember.
You know.
Psycho killer.
If he till I die, all these lollies call me. Rubbing on her die.
TikTok had to go on a spree deleting a bunch of these edits after they were going viral. And you could see a bunch of women in the comments talking about he's so dreamy and kind-hearted. I say we f around and let them find out. Oh wait, we can't because he's dead. Even killers in our generation are getting simped over. In 2021, a guy named Cameron Herron got sentenced to 24 years in prison. The reason was because he was speeding and hit a mom with her.
I'm sorry. I remember that.
Them on the spot. One of the most heartless things you can do. And just like Jeffrey Dahmer, they were making edits of Cameron.
Why are we making edits of this but not of me?
They went as far to even...
If somebody can make me an edit of me like this, I'll give you $20 on the spot.
Petition for him to be released that got 22,000 signatures on it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't ever want to hear women say men are more down bad when like this exists. Would men do the same if a similar thing happened with a woman that looked good? Absolutely, 100%. It'd probably be actually double the amount of signatures. But that shows we're really equal for real. Gen Z just likes to obsess over any danger in any aspect, like music too. Bro, I'll never forget when every rapper started rocking a shiesty in 2020. Everyone and their mother were running to the store to buy them. The shiesty hit the social media streets like crack. If you grew up around typical YNs, you already saw them rocking it before it became popular. So to me, it was funny growing up and seeing it go from purely hood wearing them to Billy from Utah with a loving family. Some people really don't know how big the reach is. As y'all know, I was in Japan for about 2 weeks this past month. Go following like the IG post, by the way, because I'm looking sexy. And I can't make this up. I seen a fully Japanese guy wearing a shiesty and sagging in Tokyo. The only gang you've been fighting is the Hidden Leaf Village, man. Take that off. Out of rap, our generation takes the most dangerous aspects and tries to emulate it. It can't be that lyrical because people call that corny. You pull up to the function rapping like Eminem and people are just gonna die laughing at you. Gangsta rap from the past versus now doesn't even come close. Back then, the most you had was 50 Cent and you knew his lore and how he grew up in the streets. People thought they were leading the hood when listening to Many Men. But nowadays, you got whole documentaries on rappers who are admitted serial killers.
I remember, I actually watched like an hour of this. King Von is like a final boss. Like King Von is like the brutes who had like 700 shields and like 1,000 HP. That's
King Von becoming so big has got to be an indicator that our generation is really obsessed with violence.
He got siphoned on kills.
Everybody who listened to him knew damn well this man was dropping people left and right on the streets. And that's what added to the appeal for our generation. Okay, it has always been a thing in rap where people ask, is the rapper really living what they rap? Which I think people are starting to care less about and more care about if the song is just good. I think us losing some of the biggest rappers to this violence kind of made it and put us off. I remember when Lil Tecca was breaking down his song lyrics and making sure people know he's not actually on any of that type of shit. Honestly, it felt refreshing and was hilarious to watch.
I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no straps.
But people still want to feel the real thing, and I think that's what
back in World War II, I had a bunch of straps.
The whole culture taking over in general shows me our generation also just wants to obsess over violence just because. I know hella people make fun of Cardi listeners and the average Ken Carson fan, Destroy Lonely, whatnot.
Yeah, are you good?
But I'd rather Billy from Utah obsess over Cardi and try to act mysterious mysterious. Then Billy from Utah obsessed over King Von and him be a young boy. Like, bro, the top enemy to black people in America is the YN because it makes the whole community look bad. And the fact that it's the most glorified on social media is a blow to the face. Because
he's darker than me.
The whole community look bad. And the fact that it's the most glorified,
you can't even see his face. I don't want nobody ever calling me dark. You can't even see his face. That's crazy.
Because
I don't
you
even
have
look
the
real.
old white people looking at their grandkids and them reenacting Murder on My Mind and blaming everyone that's black for it, even though most black people don't even like them either. I just imagine them waking up one morning and seeing their bundle of joy in their front yard recording a music video like this.
You say you crazy, can you see me and you do nothing? Yeah, you do nothing. Nothing thing. Yeah, I keep my hands up already walking through the rain. Walking through the rain. You don't understand how I fall if you're on this fucking shade. Yeah, I try to sneak and put my hoodie up and fucking play. I remember walking, taking buses, now I'm on the play.
So anyways, that's everything overall. Let me know how violent y'all are in the comments. Follow me on Twitter.
I'm a non-violent person, okay? You see, the last time I was a violent person was back in, like, Vietnam. You feel me? I haven't been enlisted in a little minute, though. I didn't even fight in Afghanistan or Iraq. But, like, yeah. That's the last time I was, like, violent. But, yeah. Let me know in the comments who's violent. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'm about to honestly make a full video of all my, like, new videos. Like, it's going to be, like, a 3 hour long video of all my videos from this year so far. I'm about to make that, low-key. I know it's no milestone, like it's not 6 months or it's not 12, but like I think I should do it. I think I'm gonna do it. So y'all go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, let me go ahead and end this video.